morning. All right, today we're going to do a skill station day, and we're going to be talking about the Pony Express. In fact, throughout the rest of fourth grade reading, each of these types of skill, not every skill station day, but these types that go over phonics rules are going to be talking. We're going to learn a lot about the Pony Express this year. So this is just kind of a map that shows about the Pony Express, and it didn't last very long, but you've probably heard of it before. Now, you're not going to need your reader book today, but you are going to need your work text. And if you would turn to page 220 and 221 and get ready to do this, we're going to be looking at some stuff on the screen, and I'm going to be talking to you about some things. So you might want to pause it until you get to page 220 in your work text. All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Pony Express. Now, people who are called historians, they study history. They disagree about who first had the inspiration for the Pony Express. As you listen to this following account that I'm going to read to you, think about all the ideas that led up to the plan, okay? In 1860, there were many important reasons why communication between St. Joseph, Missouri and California needed to be improved. Gold had been discovered in California, and the northern part of the nation wanted to keep the free state of California from being influenced to become a slave state. California was only 500 miles from Texas, the nearest slave state, but over 2,000 miles of wilderness and high mountains separated it from the closest free state. Not only that, but the present mail route, the Butterfield Overland Mail Route, went through the South, where Union communications to California could be cut at any time. A northern mail route between Missouri and California was important to the Union cause. Benjamin Franklin had organized pony-delivered mail relay service in eastern areas, and the stagecoaches already had the idea of changing horses in a relay fashion to keep the passengers moving faster across the country. But now there was a need to use those ideas in a new way. William H. Russell accepted the challenge. Originally, Congress agreed to fund the relay mail project, but slave state senators refused to vote to allocate the money. In spite of this, Russell followed through and backed the Pony Express himself. So the call went out for Pony Express riders. Tough, lightweight young men were needed. A newspaper want ad asked for riders at $35 a day. Records show that the riders earned about $100 a month. 80 young riders were hired for the grueling ride. All right, so what were some of the ideas already in place that led to the plan for the Pony Express route? Well, Benjamin Franklin already had a mail relay service in the eastern states, over in the eastern areas, and stagecoaches also would use relay horses to keep those passengers moving. So why was everyone so interested in keeping in touch with California? Well, both the free states and the slave states wanted California to join their cause because California had gold. How did William Russell find the lightweight, courageous riders that he needed? He put out a newspaper ad. All right, very good. All right, so let's look in our book. I'm going to leave this on the screen for right now. Let's look in our book on page 220. All right, now let's look at, you see where it says help wanted? What's this newspaper ad advertising for? Somebody to be a rider for the Pony Express. Do you know someone who's about 18 years old? Can you imagine them answering this ad? What are the three words that are highlighted here? Skinny, expert, and orphans. Okay, can you notice the same words in the box? Look right there to the left. See that box? Skinny, expert, and orphan. Do you see that? Okay. Now I want you to see, do you see the colors that are, the letters that are colored? Do you see the word skinny? You have the I and the Y are green and the two N's are red. And then you have expert, the E and the E are green and the two in the middle, the X and the P, are red. And the same thing with orphan, except the PH is brown. Do you see that? Now, the brown, the PH, those are two letters that make one sound. It makes the F sound. Okay, that's what we call a digraph, a consonant digraph, because it's two consonants that are put together that make one sound. So we call that a digraph. Okay, so let's look then on the three lists of words. Let's look where it says V. See the circles. Okay, there's three circles. V, C, C, V. All of them say V, C, C, V. V stands for vowel, A, E, I, O, U. And then C stands for consonant, which are all the other letters. Now, look at the words on the first circle. You have assume, otter, assign, and bully. Now, do you notice something about all those letters that are red? They're consonants and they're all the same. There's pairs. There's two S's and two T's and two S's and two L's. Okay? What that's telling us is that where we clap a word, where the syllables go, let's take the word assume. 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 We clap those words. How about let's clap otter? Otter. Or how about assign? Assign. Or bully? Bully. Okay, where we clap those words, that's where the syllable goes. And anytime that you have two consonants that are right beside each other and they're the same consonant, the same letter, and on either side of those are vowels, then that means that the dot or the syllable goes right there in the middle of those two consonants. Look at the one right next to it. You see the word burden, engine, ransom, and ornate. You see those? What do you notice about the red letters? They are not the same, right? But on both sides, you have vowels on both sides of those consonants. So it's vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So anytime you have that pattern in a word, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, you're going to divide the word between the two consonants, even if they're not the same. All right, look at the one below there. Now, do you see farther, dolphin, worthy, and asphalt? Okay. Now, do you see the brown letters? There's a TH, a PH, another TH, and another PH. Remember what we call those? Those are called digraphs. That's actually two consonants put together that make one sound. Now, the only thing about that is you can't ever separate those two letters. The TH always has to go together. You can't ever separate a TH, and you can't ever separate a PH. The same is true for SH or for CH, or anytime you have two consonants that make one sound. Never separate those. Let's look up in the help wanted section again. You see those words, skinny, expert, and orphans. Each one of those words is going to fit underneath one of those circles. So which one of those do you think would fit underneath the first one where the consonants are the same? You're going to put the word skinny underneath that one where it's assume, otter, assign, bully. You need to put the word skinny on that line because skinny comes under that section. So you would clap the word skinny. So you would put the dot for the syllable where you divide the word between the two ends. Now look at the next one. You have burden, engine, ransom, and ornate. Which one of those words would it be, expert or orphans, that go under that one? It would be expert because you have vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. And the two consonants are different consonants, but they're not digraphs. So you would actually, the word expert, the syllable would go between the X and the P. We'd clap it like this. Expert. Expert. Okay? So then orphan would go underneath the last one because it has a digraph in it. It has the PH. And remember, you would never separate a word between the two consonants that make a digraph. So where would the word orphan, where do you think that would split? Where would the split be? between the R and the P, it'd be orphan. Okay, you would never split up the PH on that. Okay, and it shows you right down here at the bottom. You see the cowboy sitting there with a gun? Look right underneath him. It shows you where all these words would go, where you would split those words according to the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel split. Notice that? All right, let's look at this picture right quick. I'm going to bring up another picture for you to see right quick. All right, let's look at this. Now this is your vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Okay, so here we go. Here's the word skinny. That's the word we had. Notice vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Look at these up here. Gallop has vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Flannel, muzzle. And notice these consonants are all the same. So you would always just divide the words between there. So let's clap these three words. Ready? Gallop, flannel, muzzle. Good. Look at these. Under, blister, and expert. Now you might look at blister and say, oh, ST is a digraph. It's not a digraph because it doesn't make one sound. Can you say the sound that ST makes? St. You hear the two sounds? St. So that's not a digraph. Those are just consonants that you would split it. So let's clap these three words. Ready? Under, blister, expert. Good. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Let's look right here at these little letters here. All right. So this would be called a digraph because it's two consonants that make one sound. This makes the F sound. This one too, right here. This is another digraph. You would never split these up. This one's your PH. You would never split that up, and you would never split this up. Okay, so your word would, your dot where your syllable would go for orphan would go right here. It'd go between the R and the P. For farther, it would go here between the R and the T. It would always go before the digraph. Dolphin would go here, and worship would go here. Does that make sense to you? Good deal. All right, so let's look at our other work text page on page 221. Now at the very top, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. What you need to do is you need to circle the consonant digraphs. Now not every word has one. I'll give you a hint. There's 3 of them at the top that have consonant digraphs, and you'll circle those digraphs, and then you're going to place a dot where each word divides. Can you go ahead and do that for me right quick? You might want to go ahead and pause this. All right, did you do it? Let's check this out. All right, so we're going to get these. This was from our reading the other day. All right, so let's check these out, how you did this. All right, I'm going to check it for you. I'm going to write them up here. I'm just going to leave it in red. Okay, so the first word was wealthy. Okay, so what you should have done on this one is this did have a digraph. You should have circled the TH, and your dot would have gone right there before it. Wealthy. Did you do that? All right, the next word that you should have written, or not written, but the next word that you should have done would have been well, let me space out. Dollars. All right, let's do this one. Now this word does not have a digraph. So where would it go? Where would the dot go? Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So your dot would go right there between those two consonants. Remember us doing that? All right, let's look at the rest. You see worthy? I'm not going to put them on the screen. Worthy has a digraph. You should have circled TH, and the dot would have gone between the R and the T. Okay, look at the word accept. Okay, that does not have a digraph, and you would have put the dot, the syllable dot, between the two C's. And the word northern, you would have circled the TH, that's the digraph, and the dot would have gone right before the TH. Okay, good deal. All right, so let's use those words up there at the top to fill this in. The Pony Express was to take a blank route from Missouri to California. Which word goes in there? You choose northern. Good. It's going to take a northern route. Good deal. Look at number 2. Both northern and southern senators wanted the blank state of California to join their side. The wealthy, because remember, California had gold and they wanted California to be with them. So number 2 is wealthy. All right. Number 3, Mr. Russell decided to blank the challenge to provide funds for the Pony Express. What word do you think goes there? Accept. Did you say accept? That word goes on number 3. Number 4, he agreed to pay each rider $100 blank a month. Dollars. Dollars goes on number 4. And then on number 5, oh, this is so hard. So hard. 80 blank young riders volunteered to deliver the mail. Worthy. It's the only one left. Worthy. Good deal. All right. Well, that concludes your lesson for the day, and you do not have any other assignments.